folks, it is Virginia at Satsuma Diaries. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to sign on with a quick intuition development tip about connecting with your guides and getting your guides' names. So one of the first things to know about working with your guides is whether you know their names or not, you're going to be always receiving communication from them and assistance from them. They're always around you, especially your primary guides. But the benefit in knowing what their name is or their energy signature is that you can call on them for specific assistance. So as you get to know your guide, you come to understand what you're working together on. You always have a shared mission, and they have a certain mastery that they are imparting to you. They're also not outside of you. They're a part of you. They're a counterpart in a parallel time and space. And so they are a part of you, but they have medicine and wisdom to offer you in this incarnation. So like I said, the benefit of knowing their name is that you can call on them for specific assistance. So I want to tell you how I've done that, what works for me, so that you can start incorporating that into your practice if you haven't already. So one thing to know, when you get into meditation, sacred meditation, and you start to feel like an energy or a presence around you. It took me a couple of years to even be really comfortable with that experience because it's kind of out there, but as you get more comfortable and as you kind of shed fear and you can kind of wield this space in meditation, you can ask for the spiritual beings or the energetic being's name and a visual ID and an energetic signature. Those are the three things that I like to get whenever I feel a guide around me. And one thing I want you to know is that you might not get a name right away. You'll get an impression of a name. It may be misty, it may be clouded a bit, but every time you connect, every additional time you connect with your guide, you'll get clearer on what their name is. So even if you get a really kind of an unclear name, you can use that as a placeholder name until the name becomes more clear. Like it may take a few sessions. So for instance, I have a Native American guide that I thought his name was Ancho with an A. And I used that for about a month until I established a really clear link with him. And I realized he was giving me the word Honcho, which was my psyche's way of understanding him as a chief or a leader. So just be aware that your impression of their name may evolve and it may become more clear with time. So don't be afraid to use a placeholder name. You can also call on them with a title instead of a name. If you know them to be a Native American or a Pleiadian or Atlantean or whatever it is, you can call, when you get into meditation, use the intention, I would like to work with my primary Atlantean guide or my primary animal guide, and they'll come forward, and every time you use that intention, you'll be meeting the same being, right? And you'll get an impression of not only their name, but you can ask for a visual ID, so their face, and that actually feels like a really powerful moment when you can get a visual ID, I think. But really the easiest thing to get is an energy signature, so ask for that. It will, for a lot of us, it'll feel like a vibration, it'll feel like an emotion maybe. It'll maybe activate a certain chakra in your system. Like for my Pleiadian guide, she activates my heart chakra, but she uses my clairaudient clair the most. And so that's another thing to look out for, is some of them use certain clairs every time they come in. But ask them how you can build the connection. How can you strengthen the connection? They'll give you very clear advice on how to do that. And just know that every time you connect with them, you're building the connection, you're strengthening the connection. So yeah, that's one thing to know. Ask for the name, ask for a visual ID, and ask for an energy signature. Sometimes the signature can be a symbol. That's a really succinct way guides like to communicate with us in meditation. So be sure to ask for that. And those are my tips for getting the name of your guide and the imprint of your guide. Why is this important? If you can get a name of a guide and you know who is on the other end of the telephone, so to speak, you can call on them for specific medicine, for specific wisdom or assistance, because as you get to know a guide, you get to know, like I said, their mastery. And if you know you need to work on the heart space this week, then you can call on your guide that has mastered the heart. And you can call on them with their name, or you can call on them with like a title, like I told you before, like my primary animal guide, until you get the name. But when you can call them in specifically, you kind of know how to orient yourself in your spiritual work with them. So I hope that helps you on your path. If you like this video, please like and subscribe because it helps my channel. I'll make another intuition development video very soon, and in the meantime,